Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button before we get started. Greatly appreciate that. Help get this in front of more people who deserve it. And what we want to do is look at a back-end data here for liquidation, kind of see if there's anything new. Not a whole heck of a lot has changed actually since last night. So generally speaking, we have a pretty solid amount of liquidation. This is common, of course, for Bitcoin between 64.3 and 65.3. So 64.3, 65.3, there's that heavy concentration liquidation just below the price action. We look at the monthly here, we can kind of see, to summarize, that is somewhere in the range of about $4.5 billion. Okay, just as a rough estimate, plus or minus a little bit there. There's still a lot of liquidation to the upside, but that's slowly diminishing as shorts continue to take profit. Crazy that some shorts are still holding it open from 70,000. That is weird to me, but still, again, greed is a very real thing, folks, so you got to recognize that. Either way, that does incentivize the price to continue potentially higher here moving forward, but we've got a lot of resistances to break through before that happens. Quick congrats to our committee here. Just want to say thank you so much for the awesome feedback. A nice little 3-week-old Caspa trade. We hit all profit targets when it broke through its all-time high at about 50% there, and an AVAX short from yesterday about 22%. That was a nice little trade, so congrats again on that. We are holding off on taking a trade today until after the Fed meeting. I kind of thought about maybe taking a risky trade leading into it. Truth is, it's probably best not to do that right now, just based on how kind of weird the market is. Okay, so again, friendly advice. Maybe best you wait a little bit longer, and if you do consider taking a trade, I would recommend low leverage or no leverage, just to ensure that you are safe and not sorry later. Because again, a high leverage trade leading into a fundamental catalyst is just a nightmare. It can either work really well or really bad. Okay? So me personally, I don't really like getting liquidated. It's been a long time since I have, and it's just one of those things that I prefer not to do that for my community. So let's look here at the daily time frame, work our way down. Keep in mind I got macro fib levels and micro fib levels up here, so I know the charts kind of seem a little congested, but there's a good reason for it. Taking a look here, though, we can see the 20-day SMA working with the ascending trend line. That is a very positive sign. Generally speaking, we're still above that level and holding that 0.618 fib. So we closed above 0.618 perfectly at 66,000. Once again, that's a solid consideration for a long. I've been mentioning that for a while. I just feel kind of weird taking a long into this fundamental catalyst, and more importantly, just I could totally see things going weird and wrong here. Last few Fed meetings have been, start off good and then just instantly dump. And then as a result, the market does end up responding well in the overall sense. But the short term, more, immediate, we do see some problems. A lot of times it goes down. So once again, there's no real statistical data that we want to rely on there. So it doesn't make a ton of sense to trade into it. All that being said, we're above 50 on the RSI, below 70. That's a good sign. Money flow index pulling back. MACD is almost diverging here. So this does tell us that we are on the precipice of a potential pullback. Okay, so again, my money is still on the fact that the price action could still continue lower, and it would make a lot of sense. We do take a look here at the MACD again, just about to diverge, and the last time we saw divergence on the MACD, price action was right around this range here. Okay, continue to progress down for quite a while. Now, that's not exactly going to happen again. I think it's a low probability that happens, but it is still a thing. Okay, so take a look here at the 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly realize that we're still, again, holding this nice little support range on the more short-term fib levels at 65 to 66,000. The MACD is trying to converge here, letting us know we have a potential shift in momentum on the 4-hour time frame, identifying that a reversal could happen. Okay, we saw the price wake up to 0.5 fib level at 66,800 exactly, and that is somewhat of a resistance for us. So we got to recognize that level, that roughly 67,000 is a close approximate, is going to work as a resistance. So there's a strong likelihood that a short in that area could be fairly successful. We're still under 50 on the RSI, letting us know we're fairly bearish, but we're starting to see the price recover and money flow index bottom out. That usually implies that the price has more aptitude for increasing because we're seeing money coming back into the coin instead of going out. That's generally favorable. But no other way around it here. We are still below two important moving averages, the 50 and the 20. Those are some areas of resistance, just kind of aggregating themselves right there at about 67,000. So once more, as per usual, 67,000 is the new resistance, and we got to kind of presume it's going to continue to hold until it doesn't. You can see a hold right here and a hold right here. So me personally, shorting 67,000 kind of leaning a little bit more towards that just based on the overall sense, but I feel like it's still too early. Let's look at the Ichimoku cloud and confirm we're still below the cloud. However, lagging span is peaking above the price action and the conversion line's above the baseline. This is 2 out of 3 reasons to not have a short position open any longer, but also to consider a long. Now, again, what we've seen from the macro is not super telling. It's not like it's a amazing situation you want to take a long into. We're actually below a lot of resistances, okay? But we're also holding very strong at a key level support. So those two things kind of combined together leads me to believe we'll probably be range bound for a few days here, unless today's Fed meeting goes really well or really poorly. We're going to see some interesting stuff. So I would say the key takeaway here is to wait until after the Fed meeting. If we can close above 67,000, there's a solid chance we'll see a continuation up to 68.5. 68.5 is still that area of resistance that I want to consider shorting as well. That was the original place I wanted to get in, but we kind of missed the boat. The price continued to run down very fast. So the long story short here is that I think you just want to be patient and see where we're at after the Fed meeting. Maybe even wait for today's candlestick to close. We close above 67,000. I think there's a solid chance we'll see a bit of a relief rally up to 68.5. That's kind of what we're looking at here. Again, we're still entering the ascending trend line. Things are still looking pretty decent. Bitcoin is not in terrible shape, but we just got to presume and anticipate the price can still pull back. Okay, it's best to recognize that we're not just full on bullish at this point. There's a lot of reasons why it could still go down. Again, we're in a transition right now, and sometimes you just kind of got to wait out those transitions. So me personally, I view myself as a good, consistent trader, and when I take consistent trades, I'm generally being more patient. Most patient traders are successful. Again, you could argue that they're less successful because they take less trades and they take profit less often. But that's actually inaccurate in a way, because if you're over trading, that's definitely the way that you can destroy your account. So be patient and trade less often. I think that's a good common denominator there. Either way, I appreciate you watching. Hope you learned something. Oh, here's something extremely important. This is actually kicking off today, August 1st to August 31st. We've got a nice deposit bonus back on track here with Bitunix. It worked out very well. They liked the results last time, so they have a new one here as well with larger rewards moving forward. So again, if you used my link to register previously or you plan to use it moving forward, either way, you'll still be eligible for this. So make sure you use the link to register if you haven't already. And I hope you have a fantastic trading experience with them. They are phenomenal, extremely good exchange. Definitely recommend using them. They're our community favorite. Again, no KYC or VPN. The links are down below. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.